Hello, folks. Welcome to today's football predictions on BetCraft. It's another wonderful Wednesday morning, and once again, we are back with our predictions right on this very channel. We always look at football games that are happening across the globe and also get stats on each of these matches. And using the stats, we're able to make verdicts on this very game before we're going forward for you. And today, we have these games already lined up, and we'll be looking at the matches one after the other in a short while. But I want to use the opportunity to ask the folks who are coming across our video for the first time, take our time to hit the subscription button so that you don't miss out on our football predictions that will always come up on this very channel on a daily basis. All right, that being said, without further ado, we head to the business of today, and we'll be starting with the first match. It is in Copa del Rey in Spain, where we have Atletico de Madrid will be facing FC Barcelona. It promises to be a very exciting encounter, and we could look at the stats for both sides, seeing that Atletico Madrid have actually won 2 matches and a draw in the last 6 games. They've also lost 3 matches out of those 6% matches. And away side, FC Barcelona, on the other hand, in the last 6 games that they had, have been able to achieve victory on all 6 games. They're fine from at the moment. And looking at the center, matches from head-to-head perspective, you could see that playing from home, Atletico Madrid have actually won 7 matches in the last 10 home games, and they also had 2 draws as well as 1 loss. That loss came in the match against in the La Liga match against Barcelona, where they lost by 4 goals to 2. And we also saw Barcelona, their way side, on the other hand, winning 9 games and 1 draw in the last 10 away game. That tells you how good this side have been in recent times, winning 90% of the away matches that they had so far and drawing the other one. They've not lost any single match. That tells you a lot about this very side. Now, also, what I've mentioned is the fact that Barcelona recent games have been having lots of goals in recent times, and on head-to-head basis, you could see that between these two sides, the last 4 meetings have actually produced lots of goals. We saw the last 2 meetings. We saw them playing out a 4-4 draw in the first leg of this very tie, and the last meeting, which was a La Liga match, saw them playing out a 4-2 victory. So in this very one, we'll be expecting lots of goals as well in this one, and we are going to resort to goals verdict, and we expect to see a minimum of 3 goals in this very encounter, and over 2.5. That's what valid for that very game. And the next is in English Premier League, where we have Bournemouth who will be facing Ipswich Town. And for Bournemouth, the home side, it is 2 draws and 4 losses in the recent 6 games that they have so far. And the Ipswich Town, on the other hand, as well, 2 draws and 4 losses also. And looking at how these two teams performed from home and away basis, you could see that playing from home, Bournemouth have actually managed only 3 wins and as well as 3 draws in the last 10 home attempts. They've also lost 4 games out of those, and we saw them losing out the last 2 away matches that they had. And the recent one was against Manchester City, where they lost out by 2 goals to 1 in the FA Cup. And also for their away side, Ipswich Town, it is 2 victories and 3 draws in the last 10 away games. They've also lost 5 matches out of those 10 away games that they have so far. Okay, and on head-to-head basis, you could see that the last time both teams met was actually in December of last year, and Bournemouth won on that occasion by 2 goals to 1. All right, and that gives Bournemouth, the home side, the advantage on this one. We saw how they play. We saw they do very well, and they will be looking to reignite their winning ways against this very side each time. So we expect to see a home win in this very one. Bournemouth to win out shortly. That's what valid for that very game. All right, that will take us to the next. Also in the English Premier League, where we have Southampton who will be facing Crystal Palace. All right, Southampton have been doing poorly in recent time. Seeing that in the last 6 games that they had, saw them losing all 6 matches. And Crystal Palace, on the other hand, have been doing the opposite, doing so very well, winning 6 games out of 6 in the last 6 matches that they have so far. All right, when you look at how these two teams have fared on home and away perspective, you could see that playing from home, Southampton haven't done so very much. They only had 1 win in the last 10 home matches, and also they've lost 9 games, meaning that 90% of the home matches that they have so far have seen them losing 90 out of 100. That tells you that that is a team that has a lot of problems. And you look at the away side, Crystal Palace, on the other hand, have won 8 games and a draw in the last 10 away games, and they've also lost 1. All right, that tells you that Crystal Palace have been doing something, building up, doing so very well in recent times. We saw them defeating the likes of Fulham by 3 goals to 0, in the last FA Cup match they had. So in this very one, the away side is obviously the favorites. Even on head-to-head perspective, you could see that Crystal Palace also won the last meeting by 2 goals to 1. Prior to that, we saw them beating this very side in April of last 2 years, winning by 2 goals to 0 on that occasion from away as well. So in this very one, the away side is going to we expect the away side to win out shortly in this very one. Crystal Palace to win. That's what we expect. And the next is in Poland. First Super Cup, we have Jagiellonia Białystok who will be facing Wisla, Krakow. Okay, Bielefeld have been able to achieve 4 victories and 2 losses in the last 6 games that they have so far. And Krakow, on the other hand, their away side have won 3 games and 1 draw, but have also lost 2 matches in the last 6 recent games for the away side. And looking at how these two teams fared from home and away basis, you could see that Bielefeld, the home side, out of the last 10 home matches that they had, I've seen them winning 8 matches and 2 draws. They've not lost a single match out of the past 10 home matches that they have so far. That's also how this side does. They perform very well when playing from home. And the away side, the Krakow, the away side, have actually won, 5 games and a draw in the last 10 away matches. They've also lost 4 games out of those. But when you also compare the fact that Jagiellonia Bielefeld, the home side, is actually playing the top flight Ekstraklasa in Poland, and the away side, Krakow, actually playing in Division 1 of Poland, and you see that the quality of this side, you could see that Bielefeld is actually of better quality, and we'll be expecting their home side, Bielefeld, to win this cup match against Krakow. It is the home side to take today home win out shortly. That's what we expect for that very game. All right, and that takes us to the next game, also in Poland, Poland Cup, where we'll have Ruch Chorzow, who will be coming up against Legia Warsaw. All right, another lower division team facing a top flight team as well. And you're looking at recent games for these two sides. You could see that the home side is actually one victory and 2 draws, but have lost 3 matches in the last 6 games. All right, and we saw Legia Warsaw have actually won 2 games and 2 draws, but have also lost 2 matches as well in the last 6 games that they had so far. All right, when you take a look at performances from home and away perspective, you can see that the home side, Ruch Chorzow, the side that is actually in the lower league, have actually won 4 matches and 4 draws, but have lost 2 games in the last 10 home matches. And the away side, Legia Warsaw, have won 2 games and 3 draws, but they have lost 5 matches in the last 10 away games. But in this very one, we definitely expect the side playing on in the higher division to achieve a result against this side. Also noting the fact that on head-to-head basis, it was Legia Warsaw who won from away. The last time both teams met was in February last year, and they won from away by 1-0 on that occasion. And looking at how they fared in the last 3 meetings, it was Legia Warsaw who actually dominated meetings, winning on all 3. So we expect to see the away side, Legia Warsaw, winning out in this very one. We win. That's about it for that very game. And the last game for the day, which happened to be the last for today, is in Switzerland Challenge Super League, actually, when we have Sion who will be facing Winterthur. And Sion, on the other hand, have won 2 matches and two draws. They've lost 2 games as well in the last 6 matches. And the away side, Winterthur have won just 1 game, losing 5 matches out of the last 6 recent attempts. All right, on head-to-head basis, on home and away perspective, you can see that Sion have actually won 5 games and 3 draws, but have lost 2 matches in the last 10 home matches. And the away side, Winterthur, have had just 3 draws, but have lost 7 games out of the last 10 away attempts. All right, on head-to-head basis, it was Sion who actually won the last time both teams met in December from away by 3-0. And prior to that, we also saw Sion beating this very side from home by 2-0. So it is Sion, the home side, that we expect to rise once again and achieve victory against this very side. So it is the home side to win outrightly. That's what we expect for that very game. And that brings our predictions for you today on BetCraft to a conclusion. Wish you the very best of luck, and I hope your ticket goes green. Remember to also play responsibly, as these football matches, sometimes may not be exactly what it represents. All right, that being said, tomorrow is another day. We'll be back with our predictions on this very channel. Do not miss out, but until that time, keep winning.